the automotive world is changing at breakneck speed. Legendary car brands are on the brink, threatened by electric revolutions and ruthless corporate decisions. Names that once defined our dreams, Saab, Pontiac, Hummer, are already gone, and more are teetering on the edge. This isn't just business, it's the soul of motoring at stake. Tonight, we examine 6 iconic brands that may vanish by 2025. We'll explore their glorious pasts, troubled presents, and uncertain futures. Buckle up, this is the story of the brands on the brink. Mitsubishi, once a rally legend, a name synonymous with speed and innovation, now a shadow of its former self, struggling to find its place in a rapidly changing automotive world. The Lancer Evolution was a giant killer, a car that could take on the best and come out on top, while the Pajero was a Dakar dominator, conquering the toughest terrains with ease. Mitsubishi stood for innovation, toughness and speed, a brand that pushed the boundaries of what was possible. Today, their lineup is a sea of bland crossovers and badge-engineered mediocrity. The Evo is dead, the Pajero retired, and the spark that once ignited the brand is gone. Corporate alliances have diluted their identity. Mitsubishis now share engines and parts with Renault and Nissan. Sales are plummeting worldwide, and the brand is retreating from major markets, losing ground to more dynamic competitors. Their focus has shifted to niche regions, a last-ditch effort to stay afloat in an unforgiving market. The rise of electric vehicles is a hurdle they can't clear alone. The competition is fierce and relentless. Future Mitsubishis will likely be rebadged partners' cars, losing even more of their unique identity. The Three Diamonds, once a symbol of engineering brilliance, now represent a brand lost in the wilderness, struggling to find its way. Unless a miracle happens, Mitsubishi's global presence may soon be history, a relic of a bygone era. The fire that once fueled legends is flickering out, leaving behind only memories. What's left are cars that are merely adequate, appliances, not icons, lacking the soul that once defined the brand. The world doesn't need another anonymous SUV, blending into the crowded market without making a mark. Mitsubishi's story is a warning: lose your identity and you lose your place in the world. The wolves are circling and time is running out for the once great brand. Will the brand survive? The odds are grim, and the future looks uncertain. For now, the legend fades, remembered by enthusiasts and rally fans who cherish the glory days. The final chapter may be closer than we think, as the sun sets on Mitsubishi's storied history. The sun is setting on Mitsubishi, and the end seems inevitable. Chrysler, once a titan of American industry, now a ghost in its own showrooms. The echoes of its past glory linger in the empty halls, a reminder of what once was a symbol of American ambition and ingenuity. From the legendary Hemi engine to the iconic 300, Chrysler defined style and power for generations. These cars weren't just vehicles, they were statements, rolling testaments to American engineering and design. The minivan saved them in the 80s, a stroke of genius that put Chrysler back on the map. But today the brand is reduced to a single model, the Pacifica, standing alone in a sea of competitors. The 300 sedan, a last link to their glory days, is gone. Its departure marks the end of an era, leaving behind only memories and nostalgia. Years of disastrous mergers and neglect have left Chrysler adrift within the sprawling Stellantis empire. Once the pride of Detroit, it now struggles for relevance among global giants. While Jeep and Ram thrive, Chrysler is forgotten. No new products, no clear vision. The brand's identity has faded, lost in the shuffle of corporate priorities. Vague promises of electric futures ring hollow. Concepts are shown, but real innovation and commitment seem out of reach, leaving fans skeptical and investors wary. What is Chrysler now? Not luxury, not performance, not utility, just a minivan brand in a shrinking niche. The Pacifica, while competent, can't define a legacy on its own. Without investment or direction, the name is fading into irrelevance. Each year, fewer people remember what Chrysler once stood for. It's a slow, undignified decline for a company that once shaped the American dream. The factories that once buzzed with life now stand silent, monuments to lost opportunity. Walter P. Chrysler's legacy is being allowed to wither away. The vision and drive that built an empire are now just footnotes in automotive history. The tragedy is not in a dramatic collapse but in the quiet, unnoticed exit. There's no fanfare, just a slow fading into the background. Chrysler's story is a warning: even giants can be forgotten. The trophies gather dust, and the accolades are left uncelebrated. The American dream, for Chrysler, is on life support. Once a beacon of hope and progress, now a cautionary tale. Will it be revived, or is this the end? The future hangs in the balance, uncertain and precarious. The answer may come sooner than we think. Time is running out for a turnaround and the world is watching. For now, the brand lingers, a shadow of its former self. Its fate is uncertain, its future unwritten. The minivan can't carry the weight of history alone. The burden is too great for a single model to bear. Without bold action, Chrysler's story will end not with a bang but a whimper. The clock is ticking and the silence grows louder. The final curtain may be near. The stage is set for a possible farewell. Is this the last ride for Chrysler? Or can a new chapter still be written before the lights go out for good? Alfa Romeo, where passion meets heartbreak. For over a century, Alfa has built cars that stir the soul and test your patience. Legendary for beauty and racing glory, infamous for reliability woes. The Giulia Quadrifoglio is a modern masterpiece, but sales are dismal. The world's moved on. Buyers want reliability and status, not just emotion. Alfa's reputation for fragility lingers, scaring off new customers. Recent models share platforms with other Stellantis brands, diluting the magic. The Tonale SUV, based on a Dodge, feels like a compromise. Now, Alfa is betting on electric cars. But can an EV capture the brand's spirit? The heart of Alfa was always its engines, the sound, the drama. Take that away and what's left? Alfa faces an identity crisis in a silent electric world. Can beauty and heritage alone save them? The challenge is immense. Without a breakthrough, Alfa risks becoming a footnote. The brand's future hangs by a thread. Will the legend endure or fade away? For now, Alfa remains a symbol of flawed genius. But time is running out. Fiat, once the heartbeat of Italy, now a boutique brand clinging to nostalgia. The original 500 put a nation on wheels, but today, Fiat's lineup is a shadow of its former self. Outside Europe, it's often just the 500, a retro icon that can't carry a global brand. The rest of the range is aging, uninspired, and overshadowed by Stellantis siblings. Quality issues and old jokes about reliability still haunt Fiat, especially in new markets. The electric 500e is promising, but expensive and faces fierce competition. Fiat is squeezed into the budget corner, a far cry from its innovative past. The brand's global ambitions have faded, now it survives mainly in Europe and South America. The industrial giant that once led the world in small cars is in managed decline. Stellantis may keep the name alive, but the dream of global relevance is over. Fiat's story is now one of retreat, not conquest. The company that taught the world about small cars is now selling nostalgia. Can a single electric city car save Fiat? It seems unlikely. The future is uncertain, and the past grows ever more distant. Fiat's gentle decline continues. The giant sleeps, perhaps never to wake. Infiniti, Nissan's luxury gamble that never quite paid off. Launched to rival Lexus and BMW, Infiniti struggled with identity from day one. Early models showed promise, but confusing marketing and endless rebranding muddied the waters. The brand never matched Lexus for luxury or BMW for sportiness. Infiniti became a Me Too brand. Expensive Nissans with little to set them apart. Platform sharing and visible Nissan parts shattered the premium illusion. Sales have plummeted, they've retreated from Europe and other key markets. The lineup is aging and promised new models are delayed. Electrification is another hurdle. They're far behind rivals, waiting for Nissan tech to trickle down. Why buy an Infiniti when you can get a Nissan for less? The brand lacks a compelling story or loyal following. In the cutthroat luxury market, that's a death sentence. Without radical reinvention, Infiniti's days are numbered. The experiment has failed to deliver. Infiniti is fading into obscurity. The logo may soon be all that's left. Will they find a purpose or disappear quietly? The answer seems clear. Infiniti's time may be up. Lancia, once the engineer's brand, now a ghost clinging to a single model in a single country. Once a symbol of innovation and engineering prowess, it now stands as a shadow of its former self. Lancia pioneered innovations, the first monocoque chassis, V4 and V6 engines, and rally dominance. These were groundbreaking achievements that set the brand apart in the automotive world. The Stratos and Delta Integrale are legends, but today Lancia sells only the aging Ypsilon in Italy. The contrast between its glorious past and its present state is stark. Decades of cost-cutting, platform sharing, and rebadged Chryslers destroyed its identity. The brand lost its unique character, becoming just another nameplate in a crowded market. The beta rust scandal and years of neglect sealed its fate. What was once a symbol of reliability and innovation became synonymous with failure and decay. Now, Stellantis promises a revival. Sleek concepts, electric dreams, a new Delta. The vision is ambitious, aiming to restore Lancia to its former glory. But Lancia faces immense challenges. No dealer network, no global recognition, and a legacy that's ancient history to most buyers. The road ahead is fraught with obstacles. The brand is starting from less than zero. It must rebuild not just its cars, but its entire identity. Can it be done? The odds are long. The automotive world is skeptical, but the potential for a comeback is there. Lancia's story is one of brilliance undone by mismanagement, a tale of what could have been, overshadowed by what is. The world would be richer with Lancia's return, but hope is fading. Enthusiasts dream of a revival, but reality remains harsh. This is the last chance for a true revival. Time is running out, and the stakes have never been higher. If it fails, the book closes on one of the most innovative names in automotive history. A chapter ends, and a legend fades. Lancia's legend lives on in memory and motorsport lore. The echoes of its past achievements still resonate, but the present is bleak, and the future uncertain. The brand teeters on the edge of oblivion. Will the phoenix rise, or is this the final chapter? The answer remains to be seen. The answer lies in the hands of Stellantis and time. Only time will tell if Lancia can reclaim its place in the automotive world. For now, Lancia is a ghost, haunting the roads of Italy, a reminder of what once was and what could be again. The Rally King is a memory. Its victories are etched in history, but its future is uncertain. The engineer's brand is on life support. The pulse is weak, but not yet gone. The end may be near. The final chapter may be written soon. Lancia's fate hangs in the balance. The next move will determine its destiny. 6 brands, 6 stories of fading glory and uncertain futures. From Mitsubishi's rally roots to Lancia's engineering genius, these names shaped our dreams. The car industry is ruthless. Heritage is no guarantee of survival. These brands stand at a crossroads. Fight back or fade away. Will they make a comeback, or is this the end of an era? Let us know which brand you'll miss most in the comments. Good night.